Hi guys, welcome back to this week's Friday Facts. I want to start off by saying that I'm sorry that I've been kind of missing in action here lately. Um, I've had a lot going on in my personal life, and the kind of job that I work at, it's really picked up with the springtime coming. So I've been working a lot more hours there, and just taking care of all my other animals and just life. Sometimes life just kind of gets in the way. Um, but I'm going to try and get back on a somewhat regular schedule with filming for you guys. Um, so yeah, thanks for being patient and understanding, and that's pretty much it. And I want to say hi and thanks to all my new subscribers as well. I appreciate you guys stopping by, and I hope that my channel can help you out a little bit. And for those of you that are new, if you have any video requests, you can leave them down in the comment section, or you can send me a private message. Anything you want to do, just send me a request. If you have any questions about anything, I'll do my best to help you out. I don't really like giving out medical advice too much, but I can try and help if I can, just because I don't want to be responsible if anything bad happens to your pet. You should take him to a vet. But any questions in general, let me know and I'll try and answer them to the best of my ability. That's why I'm doing this for you guys, and for my own benefit. It's a nice little fun thing to do. But anyway, I'm blabbering on. Sorry. This week's video is about how to pick out a good vet. This is one of the most important things when you consider getting a pet rat, or you already have a pet rat and then all of a sudden you have a problem. You should try and plan ahead and make sure you have a good vet. But I know that doesn't always work that way in every situation. Um, but yeah, when you're looking for a vet, you want to find someone that has seen small animals. You want to call around. That's what I did. I called every vet in the phone book in my area. And I was like, do you guys see small pets? Do you see rats? Have you ever seen rats? Are you at least somewhat experienced with them? Um, and the other thing to keep in mind is how far away they are. Um, I know it sounds great if you know that there's an amazing vet that's like 2 hours away, but I will say that, in that amount of time, something bad can really happen. You want to try and find someone, relatively close to you so that they're easily accessible if something happens, because trust me, something's probably going to happen at some point. Um, if not now, maybe with future rats you might have, but I guarantee you at some point in your rat owning life that you will need a vet immediately. So that's important to keep in mind, is to make sure that they're, fairly close to you and pretty easily accessible. Another important thing is to make sure that these vets are, very knowledgeable about rats. It's sometimes, believe it or not, it can be hard to find, because rats aren't, let's face it, rats aren't common pets really yet. I hope they will be someday, but, right now they're really not. So make sure that you speak to the vet and, ask them questions. I think a car just drove by. I hope you guys can hear that. It's so noisy. But ask the vet questions. Don't be afraid. You know, make sure that they have some knowledge, or if they don't have a lot of knowledge, make sure that they're a vet that's willing to learn. Because my personal vet, when I first started going there, he didn't really see a whole lot of rats. He has seen a few here and there, but he really hadn't seen them, a whole lot. So, but he was willing to learn. I would bring in information that I had found online. Like I've said in a lot of my videos, I'm a part of an online forum. I'll bring in information and say, hey, look, these guys are really knowledgeable. This is what they recommend. Can you do this for me? And you want to make sure that you have a vet that's willing to learn and willing to, work with you on whatever the problem might happen to be. Because that's really, really important if they're not knowledgeable. If they are, sometimes you'll run across a vet that's just super, super knowledgeable, and that's great. If you have one of those, totally jealous. There are a few out there, but there's definitely none in my area. I live in, rural Ohio, so there's, not much around here. The next thing you want to think about is how much it costs. vet prices can range so widely as to, what they charge for different things. Um, for example, my vet wants close to $300 to spay a female rat. But one of the rescues that I know of over in Pittsburgh, not too far, about an hour and a half from where I live, 2 hours, they charge like $40 or something like that. Or no, that's not for neutering, it's for tumor removal. My vet wanted $300 to remove a tumor from my rat. And these people that that I know really pretty well over in Pittsburgh, their vet charges like $40. So that's a massive, massive difference in price. So, make sure that you can afford, which you should make sure you can afford it anyway before you get pet rats, but when you're looking for a vet, make sure that there's somebody that has prices within your budget. Also, my vet actually, well, I don't know if they're doing it now, but they used to accept post-dated checks, which was fantastic. Because we've all ran into that position where we're like, oh man, I don't get paid for like 3 days, and my rat needs, this or this, and I'm in so much trouble. And ideally, we should all have money set aside, but I know that sometimes things happen and you just don't have that available to you. So my vet actually would allow us to post-date a check up to 2 weeks, which was fantastic. It saved my butt a couple times. I'm not sure that they're doing it now, but, try and ask. See if you can work out a payment plan. See if you can work, any kind of options if you run into an emergency or, especially a very costly emergency that you might have to deal with immediately. So definitely keep that in mind too. Find somebody that's in your price range and somebody willing to work with you. This is a topic that not a lot of people want to talk about, and it's a touchy subject, and it's a subject that can go either way. Some people disagree, and I think we all have to agree to disagree sometimes. But you want to make sure that your vet knows how to properly euthanize a rat. A lot of vets don't understand that it's not the same procedure as what is done or what should be done, like for a dog or a cat or, whatever. Really, ideally, the way, in my opinion, that a rat should be euthanized is they should be given the gas like they would give them to put them under for surgery. Give them a little bit of that, and then give them the shot that puts them, to sleep. And then after that, you give them the final shot that totally stops their heart. And the reason being is because if you give a rat a shot, their veins are so small, so it's very, very hard for them. Like, if they were to just skip the gas part and give them the shot that is supposed to, like, make them relax and go to sleep, I've unfortunately had to deal with this before where they don't want to go to sleep. They don't want to, because they're not getting enough medication in their system. And it's so much easier if you just give them the gas first so they're completely relaxed and they have no idea what's happening. I've had several rats put to sleep. It's not an easy decision, but it's a decision that sometimes has to be made, and you want to make sure that's done properly. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to research, and make sure that you're okay with the way your vet is doing things. If you're not okay, then you need to find another vet. I've had situations in the past where I was just like, ugh, I don't like the way this is going. And I've gotten second opinions, and sometimes you have to. For your rats have no one to speak for them, so you need to speak for them. So make sure you have a vet that's willing to hear you, to listen to you, because you know them better than anyone else. You're with them 24 hours a day. You more than likely have had them pretty much their entire life. So you want to make sure that your vet is willing to listen to you and work with you. Make sure that your vet has a good bedside manner. And what I mean by that, if you don't know, is, make sure they have a positive attitude. Make sure that they treat your pets with respect. Make sure that, they're talkative with you, that they're willing to converse with you and, answer any questions. Because some people, some vets that I've ran into are just like, here it is, here's your medicine, there you go. you know, you want somebody that's going to, talk to you, that's going to explain things to you if you have any questions. Somebody that you get along with, somebody that um, is willing to work with you, not just do their job and be done with it, but somebody that's willing to work with you on what's best for your pet. Because like I said, you are the voice for your pet when it comes to this. It's just like when you have kids, you have to speak for your children. And these are kind of like your furry little kids, they can't speak, they can't say where something hurts. You have to advocate for them. And the last important thing too is always make sure you have an emergency vet number on hand. Because trust me, something is going to happen in the middle of the night, more than likely. I've had a couple things happen in the middle of the night where you're just like, oh my god, what do I do? And you never think about that until it happens. So I'm telling you right now, think about, if emergency happens, make sure you have an emergency vet's number on hand. Because it could save your pet's life. Because sometimes something bad happens in the middle of the night, they might not make it till the morning. And I know sometimes it's hard to find a vet, especially an emergency vet, that is willing to treat your pets, but do your very best. Please, when you're looking for a good vet, do your research, call around, don't be afraid to ask questions. I've called anywhere from 4 or 5 vets in a day before, just to make sure that I'm okay with what's happening, and that's exactly how you should be. So yeah, I think that's about covers it when it comes to picking out a good vet. If you have any questions or any other things you want to add to this, leave them below in the comment section. Also, as always, I'm going to link the forum that I belong to. They're great, great people. You can go there and ask questions too if it's something maybe I can't help you with. Also, you can follow my blog, which I'll link below as always, and you can follow me Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and I just started a Tumblr, but I don't think I have anything on there yet, but you can follow me there too if you want. Anything like that. Again, any video or question you might have, leave them down below as well, and I will see you guys again next week. Have a good weekend. Bye.